Welcome. Tune in Tuesdays, the America First podcast. I'm your host today, Lisa Azzarelli. Find me at Lisa1Az on X and Instagram. And joining me are the two most handsome men here, Kevin Downey Jr.
And I'm Joe the Box.
And we got Freddie Bubble Wrap filling in for Joe the Box, John
Kevin
the
the
Blanket.
Tinfoil. Kevin the Tinfoil.
We got Kevin Tinfoil. I don't know what I'm going to be, something in the future. So we have a great show for you today. We're very excited here. September 30th, 2025. We are in the midst of a beautiful fall. And the stories we're going to cover for you today are going to keep you up to date. We're also going to give a little humor in there. That's what we do. And we're going to take you through it step by step. We have Joe the Box coming in, though, segment 3, so stay tuned. He's going to talk to us about Monday Night Football and a lot of other great things. And in the meantime, we're going to get started with something that took place this morning. It's the Senate Judiciary hearing, soft on crime causes human harm. We saw that there was a discussion particularly regarding Washington, D.C., and the fact that Trump had sent in the troops to take over for a while there and get things in order. At first, Muriel Bowser was against it, but then she came to respect it, as well as the D.C. police force who were behind Trump the entire time to do this. Crime came down very quickly, and this morning, the Senate Judiciary hearing heard from a grandmother named Forlisha Cook. And Forlisha was the grandmother of Marty McMillan Jr., a 22-year-old who was on a dating site, and he agreed to meet with a woman at her apartment, Shania Davis. And when he went there, shortly thereafter, unbeknownst to him, Shania's boyfriend showed up. And that...
Oh, no, she didn't.
Yep, he went there. And John McRae found Marty in the closet and proceeded to shoot him multiple times. And then
so it was a setup.
There was definitely concern about a setup because I believe he was also robbed as well.
Yeah.
So
that's a popular thing on these sites now,
Right.
that they lure people, and it happened in Queens where the illegals had a girl had some kid come, and then they were waiting for them and stabbed them. You can't be on. Unfortunately, that's how young people meet these days. They don't go to a bar and get drunk and then wake up with an ugly girl in the morning. They now
Like the girl,
it's
please.
all online, and it's dangerous.
Right.
You know what? Guys and girls, if you're going to do that, go in a public place.
Exactly.
Don't meet in the projects in a closet.
No.
You're not going to guess who I met on Plenty of Felons.
Right.
That's how we met
funny.
Kevin.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how we got Kevin on the show.
Podcasters.com, we went on it.
So we just we bring light, to some of its sadness. The sadness weighs heavy on us all the time. And so here at the America First Warehouse, America First podcast, we want to speak to it. We want to help our viewers. Talk to your kids. Talk to these young, especially college kids. This man was 22 years old on these websites. You just have to be super careful. We're living in a very different digital world. So on that note, Mayor Adams
Yes.
bowed out. He will not be pursuing his mayoral candidacy any further. And we are wondering if it had something to do with what Freddie had reported on his show. That's what I'm talking about, regarding the mayor hosting. He believed it was August 28th when he said he was going to host peace talks
Right.
with gangs
Right. Like
at
the
Gracie
Warriors.
Mansion. The Warriors.
Can you dig it?
Exactly.
His Can You Dig It campaign fell flat on its face.
Right. So that was very interesting. And it brings us to another realization. Where are we in New York when we're looking at D.C. and the crime that happened there that Trump had to put under control? And we know that he's doing it as well in Portland, Oregon. And here we have in New York our mayor who's on his way out. It seems that the media is pushing on us that no matter what we wish to believe, Mamdani, the socialist, is going to take control of New York City very soon. But we had the mayor speaking with gang members and leaders. Attempting to have peace talks with them. Is this Gangs of New York? Are we talking about going 200 years reverse when we had no type of civility? Is this what happens when you have a defund the police movement? Now we just have peace talks with gang leaders? Talk to this, guys. What is this?
Well, I can tell you this. A couple of years ago in L.A., they started paying gangbangers to not kill each other. They're getting paychecks to not shoot. All right, I've never shot anyone. I've never made a penny, but maybe I should have, and I'd be making a little cabbage right now. I think what's going on is the cartels are in every state, and I'm not sure if these gangs are working with those cartels, but the cartels are a huge problem, and I don't think people realize that there's money passing between the cartels and the Democratic Party for all the fentanyl they bring over, and not to mention hundreds of thousands of kids. Now, this whole thing about talking to the gangs, this is a joke. These are communists, and yes, the Democrats are communists, whether they want to believe it or not. And what they're going to do is they're going to befriend the gangs. Watch the fall of Minneapolis about how, what's his face, George Floyd, he died of a fentanyl overdose. But watch that, and as they're going to the TV, a man speaking, it's not the mayor, someone else says, I'd like to give a shout out to the Crips on the south side and the Ooga Booga gang on the west side and the Dipsy Doodles on the north side. The Democrats have been in cahoots with gangs forever. This is nothing new to me. This is nothing shocking.
Big money.
Wow.
Gangs are big money now. Before the open border, gangs were not that big. But now they estimated that there are gangs in this country that make $1 billion. So when you get that kind of money, it's easy to pay off the mayor.
Yep.
You know, those gold earrings and the diamond studs that he have, those are expensive. So what his plan was to meet, this is out of his own mouth, I'm going to meet with the gangs to try and stop the bloodshed. Do we care that the gangs are killing each other? Right. We want to stop the bloodshed of the kid in the crib getting shot in the head in his living room. So his plan was to talk to them. I don't think he understands what gangs do. Gangs take over an area and they sell drugs. They sell people, and they sell weapons, and they control the area through terror. Once they start to get on each other's turf, they start killing each other. So the mayor's plan was saying, that's his turf. Let him deal his drugs there. Let him kill these people. So this is how stupid this mayor is. And let me tell you, you got to be really bad to be a black mayor in New York and have the black community turn on you and say, we're not even voting for him. That's rock bottom.
Yeah, this whole election, what a nightmare. What a perfect storm of incompetence. You've got Eric Adams, who's really been nothing more than a hype man for himself, and he's done very little. And you've got the mass killer Cuomo coming in. He thinks we need another dose of him. And at the same time, all this is going badly. Now here comes the communist. He wants a peace. And this was a prime time for the Republicans to take over. Now, I hope Curtis Sliwa wins. I know people are saying stupid things like, well, he can't win if he wears that hat. All right, so vote for the communist, you idiot. If it's the hat that bothers you, you're an idiot. All right? I would love to see Curtis win. I think he can. I don't think he's out of this. We've got 2 debates coming. Anything can happen. But this was the picture-perfect time. But again, in New York City,
the debate might change.
Yeah.
The debate might change this whole thing, like Trump did.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody says he's not dementia-filled, and then he was like, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So you might see Mamdani stuttering and stammering.
Absolutely. And remember in 2016, no one thought Trump was going to win. But so many people were sick, and they might have said out loud, oh, I'm going to vote for Hillary. And then they got in there and just went, Trump.
Right.
And I think we could see that because too many normal people, law-abiding people, have too much to lose. And now the people on the poor end, they're going, oh, this is going to be great. Rich people are panicking. But it's the people in the middle who do well, $200,000, $300,000 a year, they're going to lose big. Now, I read in Realtor.com yesterday on my radio show.
Oh, Realtor.com, eh?
I knew it.
An aristocrat.
Westchester County prices are exploding right now because hundreds of people from Manhattan are saying, we got to get up to Westchester. It's going to come out here to Long Island, too. But right now, they're calling it the Mamdani effect in Westchester now. Every day the phone rings, and people are looking around, and they'll say, so what brings you up here? Well, this communist might win. So it's exploding. The housing market is exploding in Westchester, and it's coming out here next.
And I tell you what, real estate's going to start exploding in New York because of the meth labs if Mamdani wins.
Yeah.
People are just... There's going to be no law enforcement.
No.
There's going to be meth labs
Right.
and gangs roving the streets. It's going to be insane.
We had DA Tierney just bust a couple, I believe in Holbrook, $2 million right here. It's in the suburbs, and they had a safe filled with drugs and cash, a pill-making machine, fentanyl, enough to probably kill half of Long Island. It was ridiculous. This just happened, and so if we think that it's going to get any better from that point, I mean, how will the counties receive what's going on? It's going to just spread out, especially in Nassau and Suffolk, which are so close to the city. So it's extremely dangerous. And we really have to hope that this whole guise that he's so up in the polls and what have you are just fake news. Because if it isn't, I can't imagine what's going to happen to New York City and the surrounding counties.
And I think that after all the money's gone from New York, they're going to start tapping Westchester and Long Island by having all kinds of fees to come in. They're going to bankrupt the middle class in New York and then attack people who come in to get work.
All right. Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to be back. We're going to bring you more news. Please stay with us on this great Tuesday here at the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in the land.
Corrupt judges, broken families, families torn apart. This isn't justice. If you've been wronged by the system, join us. Don't stand alone. Hi, I'm Gary Jacobs, president of Americans for Legal Reform. We're the oldest legal reform group in the United States. The justice system in the United States should be transparent, fair, and open to everybody and accessible. Unfortunately, many times that's not the case. At Americans for Legal Reform, we are here to help. Join the movement. Visit AmericansForLegalReform.com and help reform the system before it fails you.
My name is Elena Ruseva, aka Megalangela. Please check my art at www.megalangela.vip.
Are you a musician, comedian, actor, filmmaker, or artist who stands for traditional American values? Do you believe in the preservation of our nation, our culture, and our freedoms? If you share our passion for America and want to use your talents to make a difference, we want to hear from you. Our mission is clear. Through the arts, we uphold the principles of freedom, faith, family, and the American spirit. It's time to step up to the mic and make your voices heard. So contact us at AmericanConservativeArtists.com. The Queens Village Republican Club is America's oldest Republican club, founded in 1875. Situated in President Trump's hometown in Queens, New York, we are America First MAGA Republicans, empowering fellow Republicans to get involved in the game of politics at the grassroots level. We host inspiring monthly club meetings on the first Thursday of each month at 8 p.m. For more information, please go to our website at www.qvgop.org.
It's Tuesday here at the America First Warehouse. I am Joe the Box.
And I'm John the Blanket.
Freddie Rubino here with my podcast. That's what I'm talking about. Coming to you live from the most patriotic venue in the land.
Welcome to Right for America.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting! Welcome to Tune In Tuesday of the Patriots Podcast, live streaming every Tuesday night at 7:30.
Another edition of On the Right Side here, and you can catch us weekly, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
And welcome to Liberty's Cage, where we rip the veil off America's broken justice system. Prisons that crush spirits and a society that shuns people who have paid their price.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
Welcome back to Tune In Tuesdays here at the America First Warehouse, and you are watching the America First podcast. So we have our wonderful Fred Rubino and our awesome Kevin Downey Jr. Please make sure to tune into their shows as well. Where can they find you, Fred?
They could find me on fredrubino.com. They could find me here every Tuesday at 12:30 to 1:30 with my podcast. And you could go to fredrubino.com and see where I am live.
Always awesome. Kevin, where are they finding you?
My podcast is here every Wednesday from 6 to 7, or you can listen to the Kevin Downey Jr. show every 9 to 11 a.m. Worldwide at LI, it stands for Long Island, linewsradio.com. And you can watch me on Live from Studio 6B, which we do right here from the warehouse every Friday. And you can read all my codswallop at pjmedia.com.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're hoping that we have Joe with the box zooming in to see us today. Do we have him here? Is he here? Is he with us? In here? Joe, is that you?
I see him.
All right, he's trying to pull his audio in.
I hear him.
There he is.
Do I have the audio?
Yeah, I hear you.
Look at those palm trees.
Oh.
Look at those. Look at this out of my condo, looking out the beach. You see that over there?
Beautiful.
This is freedom. This is free. I smell it like crazy around here. Florida is fantastic, full of freedom.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, how we doing? I love you guys so much for covering today. I see the great Fred Rubino in there, and I see KDJ and Lisa. Buongiorno, Bella. Welcome back from Italy.
Aw, thank you, Joe. It's good to be back. It was a wonderful trip to Europe. However, I'm happy to be back in the States and happy to be speaking to you in the land of the free, where I also enjoy some time. So tell us, Joe, what happened last night? What happened with Monday Night Football? We need the scoop.
Yeah, I just got to tell you this. You know, football is not what it used to be. I remember the sport. I used to love it. I played it as a child in a Huntington Boys Club. My dad was my coach. I mean, I learned the game, and I took a lot of work, a lot of practice to be good at what you do. They have totally destroyed the game, in my opinion. Last night in the end zone, all the woke messages that you can need. I wish it would stop. I do understand that they're bringing in this woke bunny guy from whatever country he lives in to sing at our fantastic Super Bowl. If you're aware of that, this guy is a communist. The things that he says about our country, and yet we're going to idolize him on the stage. What happened to football?
Right.
Yeah, the NFL jumped right on the bandwagon when George Floyd OD'd on the streets, and they went crazy, and every football helmet had a sticker. And so now that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, somebody who was revered by hundreds of millions of people, I would have thought that they would have taken up this cause and said this year, to honor Charlie Kirk, to have a Christian band for the halftime show. But no, they went the opposite. They went for a Satanist. This guy's concerts has satanic rituals, and it is as despicable as the NFL could be. Whenever I think the NFL hit a new low, they top it. So I don't like what this guy does, Goodell from the NFL. I think he missed a great opportunity to unite this country, but it's a race-baiting piece of garbage woke organization. We still love the game. I won't give up on the game, but I've given up on almost every single aspect of who runs it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder what Mahomes, for example, one of the more prominent players that definitely speaks to his faith, would think about this, and the other players who also have shown some graciousness to their faith as well. And this is the type of things that Bad Bunny has portrayed in showing Christian imagery with provocative, blasphemous, and seductive and sexually charged manner is really quite concerning, especially in light of the recent assassination of Charlie Kirk. And it's not even just to say, oh, push this particular thing at the Super Bowl instead, but rather, why not unity? And why not more of a tolerance of all, coming together? Why pick someone who is pushing something evil? What else did you notice there, Joe? Speak to it.
Well, I got to tell you, it's way more. They got way more woke for us. Wow. It's not over yet. Wait till you see the commercials that they have. Wait till you see the billboards that are outside. It's a disgrace. And I'm done with it. I thought the president knocked out the DEI, whatever that program was. I also thought that he killed PBS, yet I got to watch it down here on this TV show because they got nothing else. I mean, I am telling you, I'm done with it. And it keeps going, too. All right, so let's stay with the football for a second. This guy, Tyreek Hill, was the famous player for the Miami Dolphins with his arrogance and stuff and how he walked around the locker room. Well, he took a beating last day when they dislocated his knee right from out of the kneecap. I saw it on the film. It was unbelievable. I believe he's going to be gone for a while. And if you think that Miami won the game, they did in the score. But the way they play with the new rules, the new kickoff, I feel like I might as well be playing patty cake out there. It's embarrassing.
Oh, wow. The changes to the game.
That's how I feel about it. Now, guess what? I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm not going to show it on my screen. I don't care. It's not that important to me. What's important to me today, Lisa, thank you for asking.
Please, Joe, tell us. You are going to be on Steve's show.
Steve Stern.
Steve Stern.
The America's Shirt guy.
At
I
1
don't
p.m.
have a shirt with America First on it. I wish that I did. I have my warehouse shirt I'll probably wear. But this man is organizing precinct strategies. And I'm going to give you a quick example. I don't know how our time is. I think we got a couple of minutes.
Yep, we're good.
Then I will have to run. But last week on one of the television shows that I love, live from Studio 6B, they brought in some of the local GOP party. And they brought in a guy that told us, I'm not even going to mention his name, but he told us on how important it is for the committeemen and the strategy and the precincts to maintain what the people want. Well, FYI, Lisa, for your information, there's over 800 empty committee seats in Suffolk County alone. So how could they possibly say that they're taking the word and the want and desires of the American people when they're lying to us? And this little strategy on Long Island can be compounded to the 62 counties that we have here in New York and the rest of the country. We're done with it.
Very good. And you're going to be speaking to that today at 1 p.m. on the Steve Stern Show. Where can our viewers find that? Is there a link that we can post?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for asking. It's on the Rumble channel is what he works with. He has an average of 9 million viewers every time he turns on his screen. Rumble is his platform. Today we'll have Steve Bannon. We'll have probably Rudy Giuliani, if I can help that one, and other great guests on his show. They had Corsi, the attorney Corsi, on the election machines. They're going to be talking about that. Today from 1 to 4, it's free to everybody to sign in on Rumble at the American flag shirt, Rumble, Steve Stern.
Wonderful. Okay, and we'll try and get that too up on the website here at the America First Warehouse. Joe, you're amazing. We appreciate all you do. We love it. We love it.
I will try not to have a good time, okay?
Sounds good. All right,
kids.
my
Keep
friend.
up the great work.
Stay strong. Thank you.
You know, when you hear about this guy, Bad Bunny, and you think of what happened to Charlie Kirk, it's almost like they went out of their way to put this in our face.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk was pro-Christian all the way.
Right.
10 out of 10. Right. This guy is a Satanist.
Right.
He's the exact opposite.
Right.
Charlie Kirk assassinated by trans movement.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Bunny, transgender.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
transvestite. I don't know. He wears women's clothes and women's makeup. So they went out of their way to put somebody in who was the biggest adversary of the Christian community to rub it in our face. I think that the NFL, and none of these players have a pair of balls. Because if you remember the Pittsburgh Steelers, when they were going to play the anthem, and Roethlisberger said, I'm not going to come out of the tunnel for the American anthem because it might be divisive amongst the black players. No pair of balls. Come out and say, I'm American, this is my anthem. Come out and say, I do not want Bad Bunny as this model for children watching the Super Bowl.
Right. And we have these I guess, depictions of that they take over a well-known, beloved American sport, and they're put there by the leaders of the board of the NFL who permitted this. And so that's really where you need to begin looking. Why would they have made this decision, especially knowing that the fans are patriots for the most part?
For the most part.
Fans are patriots.
I would say 80% of NFL viewership are very patriotic.
Absolutely. And so that is deeply concerning, and to exactly where we are right now in America, especially even overseas, right? We're talking about a crisis in Nigeria. I know we focused a lot of people have focused on what was happening in Israel and Palestine, but in Nigeria, we have what they consider a genocide or mass atrocities against Christians, a lot of killing going on there that's never spoken about, never discussed. And so right now, we need a Super Bowl, an American tradition to really uphold peace. We're going to be back more that. Thank you.
Who broke the television?
Can we laugh at that? Sounds a little mean.
As of this week, public gay sex will now be mandatory.
Am I the only one who could see his lips move?
Cheekbones, baby.
I'm sorry, maybe I overreacted.
Corporate transfer, fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America, from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
Freddie Rubino here at the America First Warehouse. I'm inviting you to the live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Just click on the QR code right above my shoulder and you can get tickets. Live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Drinks, snacks, it's a great time. We'll see you there October 18th.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
we are back here with Tune In Tuesdays at the America First Warehouse. You are watching the America First podcast. Lisa Az, we've got Freddie, we've got Kevin, and we've got more stories to continue to follow through on with you. We were talking about the upcoming Super Bowl, and Kevin has a couple of things he would like to add about that, how it also mixes in, too, with the basketball league, right? And what things have happened there, Kevin?
Yep, all roads lead back to China. I went to a Jets game last year. You couldn't use cash because who's pushing for digital currency? That would be the communists. And in the end zone, stop racism and all this stuff. Yeah, everyone knows racism is bad. Remember, folks, racism, or the threat of being called a racist, is a vehicle by which they will punish you. They will punish you if you don't believe what they want you to believe. Everything becomes racist to them. Everything they want to get rid of is racist. Oh, voter ID, that's racist. Well, you want to get rid of it so you can cheat. All right? Now, what's going on here? Remember some BLM maniac murdered 5 Dallas cops at a BLM rally a few years back, and they wouldn't let the Dallas Cowboys put stickers on their helmets for them. But, Ukraine stickers, we can do that. This is nothing more than Marxism coming to the U.S. Now, look at this. There's a basketball player. He got in trouble. He goes by Enes Kanter Freedom. And he was wearing sneakers that says, you're free Tibet, and the leader of China is a dictator, which he is. And, well, wouldn't you know it, China is really big into American basketball, so they started canceling his team's games. And there was so much pressure, he had to say, okay, I guess I better shut up making fun of China. China is also in the NFL. Look at the 45 goals of communism. One of them is take over all the big businesses. Why do you think Target was selling trans clothes for babies? Why do you think the NFL says end racism and all this stuff? Nothing more than Marxism. This is cultural Marxism, and that's why we're going to have to watch this Bad Bunny animal on. I'll be honest, I don't really watch the NFL, which sucks because my Detroit Lions are finally good. But this is nothing more than propaganda. Now, it's very easy to pick on Christians in this country. It's very cool because communism hates Christianity. Communism hates the nuclear family. They go after both. We know beyond a doubt that there's another religion, we'll call them the religion of pieces, who blow themselves up regularly. They commit 88% of worldwide terror attacks. But Christianity's got to go. So this Bad Bunny guy with his devil stuff, nothing more than propaganda. That's what it is. And yep, they're trying to overcome Charlie Kirk because in his death, he's become way more powerful. He's the Obi-Wan Kenobi of the right. They didn't see it coming. They're a bunch of idiots. And that's why, football is going to get more and more woke until Americans, that's us, say we're not watching. And then they'll have to go backwards. They'll have to say, all right, maybe patriotism's not so bad after all.
Hopefully. Mm-hmm. But you know what? What you touched on was 100% that that's selective freedom of speech. They love to throw that out. Oh, freedom of speech. But if you wanted to observe the national anthem during that BLM time, you weren't allowed. You weren't allowed to not kneel. If you didn't kneel, you were ostracized.
Yeah.
If you wanted to put stickers to support the Dallas Police Department, you were not allowed. You were not allowed to do. But Jimmy Kimmel, we must protect his right to make fun of murder of Charlie Kirk. We must make sure that is always. But everything else, you shouldn't say.
You know what? John Mulrooney showed this to me. He's been in broadcasting his whole life. So what Jimmy Kimmel did was he broke one of the rules of the FAA, which says you cannot broadcast a hoax about a crime. That is illegal. Jimmy Kimmel was at the Brooklyn Academy of Music last night saying, thanks for coming out to support free speech. It's not free speech. He broke a rule. He broke a big rule. You are not allowed to do that. Free speech was never the issue, and the left jumped on it because they wanted to take away from the whole Charlie Kirk thing.
The issue was that Trump wanted the FCC to enforce their rules.
Yes.
There's another rule that if you have a political agenda and you are a big network, you have to have the opposite side on. And out of maybe 7 shows, 99% were left-wing voices. 1% were right-wing, and when they were on, they were just trashed. So just forget about free speech. We all want free speech, but we have the FCC.
Yeah.
Enforce your rules. That's all we want. Same thing with the border. Enforce the laws. That's all we want is see you enforce the laws.
And what happens when the systems that are in place to do that become compromised? I know there's discussion. It was brought up after the Netanyahu's UN speech. He was sitting with some pro-Israel influencers, and the TikTok sale came up. Now, I believe the TikTok sale was completed, and I believe Larry Ellison is the new owner of TikTok.
Oh, really?
Let's confirm that. We'll find out for certain, but that is the understanding as of this morning. And so there's concern that you have these tech giants, right? So even
I got to
Musk,
work on my twerking.
it's
back.
Got to work the tech twerk. And Ellison and Bezos and Zuckerberg, and basically these four men are controlling the mass media in large part. And so Netanyahu made a reference to his pro-Israel political influencers after his UN speech, that if they can get that is a battlefield, he said, and if they can gain control over TikTok and X, then they can push a major political, I guess, favoritism towards the intentions of Israel. And so we all feel for what's going on there. We understand how divided it is, but that type of comment is very concerning because foreign interference in American affairs, it can be very dangerous. Obviously, it's going to be dangerous anywhere. And so when we look at what Kevin is saying and what Fred is saying regarding our system of sports and our traditions being impacted in this way, this is what's coming before the eyes of our Americans. And slowly over time, just like the kids with social media, if they're seeing this over and over again, oh, America is bad and this is, what you need to do to really protect your rights, or we're going to have a socialist mayor in New York City, and we're going to have halftime shows that promote Satanism and the blasphemous images of Christian people. These are things that we really need to take that deep breath on and really begin to look at more carefully.
This might be the one that pushes people over the edge, because Einstein wrote a letter to his son once. His son said that the U.S. is going crazy and it's not safe. And he said the U.S. has a gyroscope. When you think it's going too far left, it'll right itself and it'll head the other way. That's what we're doing right now. So maybe we need this Bad Bunny dude. It's a kind of a
rock
stupid
bottom.
name.
We need to hit rock bottom.
We need to hit rock bottom. And maybe maybe parents need to say, hey, my kid's watching this. This is bad. Remember, folks, a lot of people had to die before they said, hey, you know what? Seatbelts are mandatory in cars now. Wasn't one, it wasn't two, it was thousands. That's how America works. Unfortunately, we don't turn right away. It's a big nation. A lot of people don't even know what's going on. There are a lot of people, I call them the normie neighbors and the normie relatives, who have no idea that a communist is trying to take over New York City, that the Islamo-commies have taken over Dearborn Heights, Hamtramck, Michigan, all of these in Hamtramck, Michigan. Inkster's next, Westlands after that. They're just moving up Ford Road. They're going...
and where we're seeing these shootings, right, at the churches in these areas,
Right.
is highly concerning. Again, we go back to what's taking place in Nigeria and in the west of Africa with the killing of the Christians there.
100,000 dead Christians.
In the churches and everything, and looking into it, we find that there's militia behind it. They can't call it a genocide because
Right.
they're not showing who exactly is behind it, so that therefore they can't claim intent. But at the same time, this is something going on not 1 year, not two, we're up to like 14 years of this, but it is getting excessively worse in this time frame here and now. And some say it's the excuse me, but we'll look it up, Finale people who are the elite cattle herders in Africa, and that is who's basically funding this. Boko Haram. Thank you. Who are the militia behind it, and they are the ones that are terrorizing and killing the Christians. And it's not even spoken of. No one is even aware of it, and that's what's so sad.
Africa is always off limits.
Yeah.
You want freedom of speech? Don't talk about Africa. When AIDS was ravaging Africa, don't talk about Africa. When African nations were their government was on TV saying that condoms spread AIDS. You know, it's so backwards.
Right.
Africa is so backwards.
Right.
Africa is such a failure The continent is one big failure. And the reason being is that every government there is corrupt. They're corrupt. They take the money from people. They starve their people, or they fund terrorism, and it never works. Now, we have Michigan. We have all of these Muslim areas that are now, they have the Muslim prayers 3 times a week. That's going to fail eventually. Like you said, Kevin, it's going to go back. It's going to get so bad. And if this guy in New York gets elected, it's going to get so bad that the next guy elected, that's how Giuliani got in. It was so bad that everybody went, look, you got to clean it up. And that's what he did.
2,200 murders a year under Dinkins was before.
Right.
2,200 murders. That's how bad it had to get.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but over the weekend, there's a baseball field in Katy, Texas, and a bunch of bullets rained down on the players and hit a coach while they were doing a pre-game prayer. And everyone said, well, it's just a hunting accident. And, well, it's just people taking target practice. So 600 yards away. It was 3 Muslim guys shooting a bunch of bullets in the direction of the field. They've all been arrested. It's not big news. Why? Well, because Christians are bad in this nation and Muslims walk on water because they plan to take over. And they've got the media hiding them. And it's sick to me how people aren't going crazy. They're going after your kids, everybody. They want to cut off their genitals or shoot them on a baseball field. That's what this is coming to. And all of this comes to the Islamo-communist infiltration of Western civilization. Islamists hate Western civilization. Communists hate it. They're joined together to kill all of us. It's coming. Mark it.
Now, radicalism is frightening in any respect. So I think that that's something that we have to understand. Don't turn around and don't hate your neighbor, okay? Love your neighbor. And find out more about them and who they are. Because
talk to your neighbors.
Talk to your neighbors, and that's what we need to have again is this open debate. And that Charlie Kirk was a threat to that open debate. They know that it will help America and it will save us if we can communicate kindly again. So let's remember that moving forward. And we are going to be back again in our 4th segment. Stay with us. Tune in Tuesdays, America First podcast.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Gold and silver, it's God's money, and we all need it. Unfortunately, the whole precious metals industry is rigged in favor of the wealthy people. In fact, it's so complicated that 95% of all Americans don't own any precious metals. What the industry needed was a way for us to buy fractional units of precious metals, get free storage in a secure vault, have them insured, take physical possession of the metals, or instantaneously liquidate the assets at one of the highest buyback prices in the industry. Well, now there is. It's called a Sound Money account, and everybody needs one. With a membership, you can start buying gold and silver with as little as $1. Now that fits everyone's budget. Also, our members can gift gold and silver between each other in our Sound Money accounts. What a great way to pass on generational wealth. You'll be able to rest easier knowing you have the security and flexibility found in having your very own Sound Money account. Please scan the QR code or go to tafwsoundmoney.com to learn more. The America First Warehouse wants every American to have access to owning their very own precious metals.
Freddie Rubino here at the America First Warehouse. I'm inviting you to the live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Just click on the QR code right above my shoulder and you can get tickets live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Drinks, snacks, it's a great time. We'll see you there October 18th.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
You can find me at Lisa One as Instagram and X, and we have the great Freddie Rubino.
You can find me at your sister's house.
The awesome Kevin Downey Jr. So when we left you, we were talking about, how the hate in America has gotten too far, and these radical groups. And all aside, I mean, I recently had a great cab ride with a Pakistani gentleman, a beautiful conversation. We need to find that conversation. We need to bring it back. Are our religions the same? No. Some of our values may be different, but genuinely, deep down, a lot of humanity here, especially in New York and all around our country, and we need to get back to that. We also want to discuss the Anti-Defamation League. We were already a little frustrated with them a few weeks ago when they said that anything with America First is an extremist or terrorist group. No, not here. We welcome you. We wish to embrace all, be on the same level. Let's talk. And now they did it again. So in July, they had labeled Turning Point USA as another extremist hate group. After Charlie Kirk's assassination, they decided to take down one of the small comments they made regarding Charlie being that he had created a vast platform for extremists. They took out just that one little quote, left everything else, and continue to push the hate forward. We're talking about an organization that was predominantly created in the early 1900s to protect against anti-Semitism. Why would you push out hate against other groups is beyond me.
I know.
Kevin, speak to it.
They've been compromised. Remember, Yuri Bezmenov, he was a Soviet defector. He said, we've taken over every civil rights organization. Remember, BLM was started by 3 women, 2 of whom were trained Marxists. No one bothered to ask who trained them. Right. Trained Marxists. The Anti-Defamation League, Southern Poverty Law Center, they are nothing. They have no power. They have nothing. We could start the Battle Against Hate group and then go out and do hateful things. All right? Antifa, they're not anti-fascist. They are fascists. They were created in the, I want to say the late, maybe let's say early 30s in Germany by the German Communist Party. And they call themselves anti-fascist. So people go, oh, there goes fascism. Well, I can start the Puppy Lovers Club and then go around clubbing puppies. See, it doesn't, and these people, Anti-Defamation League, what they say means nothing at all. But people take them seriously. People take Snopes seriously, which is laughable to me. It's like a couple in Michigan, and I think some non-binary chick that they're sleeping with, and they sit around and they decide what's real and what's not. You don't have to believe it. Don't believe fact checkers. Oh, well, we got the fact checker here. No. What they do, PolitiFact, they just go to other left-wing publications, go, hey, look, we proved that this is wrong. It's all a lie. Don't trust anything in the mainstream media, folks. It's all been compromised.
And I will say that KDJ is one of those who was a previous, right, Democrat, someone who was followed.
I thought you were going to say non-binary.
He's non-binary.
With that shirt,
Yeah.
It's up for debate.
So it's interesting,
in the men's room. It's up for debate in the men's room.
Would you take a minute to sit and listen to other ideas and look at the facts? Actions speak louder than words. When you begin to realize, oh my gosh, it's not what I thought, don't worry. It's okay that everything that we thought might not be. We'll come to a place where we can all agree.
Especially with
AI
AI
I didn't mean to
now.
rhyme, but I did.
AI now, you can produce a video of Mayor Giuliani saying anything you want him to say. Now's the time that we have the access to unlimited information. All you have to do is spend the time to find the truth. If you're on TikTok and you see that just today I was on TikTok and they had a video of a doctor saying if you eat a stick of butter every day, you're gonna live a lot longer and cure heart disease. If you don't spend the time and look into it and find what the real truth is, then you're going to be very miserable in this world. AI is producing the most misinformation we've ever seen in this country's history, and nothing's being done. The Anti-Defamation League should be sued.
Right.
It should be sued by Turning Point USA for $100 million, and they should be dismantled for doing something like that. They didn't just say, we don't agree. They said they're a terrorist organization. They should lose everything for doing that.
They did the same thing to Moms for Liberty as well,
Yeah.
and they continue to just label, even parents, right, at school board meetings called domestic terrorists.
Right. Yep.
It is out of control. But and AI, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, is it not? And so there's all this talk. AI can take us into great new frontiers, but at the same time, it can be a very dangerous weapon, along with digital currency and all of these biometric profiles. I'm sure we all go to the airport, stand here, take your picture. Did you know that you can say no thank you?
Right.
They do not let you believe that it's an opt-out, but right now
it's
it
coming.
is. It's coming where it's not going to be an
inevitable. We're all
opt-out.
going
Right.
to have to live in this
Right.
world. Just take the time and learn the truth.
Right.
That's all you have to do.
And on the TPUSA point, we want to bring to light a very odd twist. So yesterday, Tyler Robinson went before the judge again to hear with his new counsel, a public defender, and they're going over his charges. The first time he appeared via video. This time, however, it was just his voice. People are concerned about that. However, he is scheduled to appear the next time. And also, Candace Owens, controversial things that she's bringing out. However, there is a video that she brought to light, and we're going to put that up as Asset One if the back room could bring that one up for us. This is Tyler Robinson at a Dairy Queen. This is supposed to be the video. The photo, I apologize, a photo from a Dairy Queen, which is approximately 15 minutes from where the assassination occurred, at about 6:30 at night. So about 6 hours after the assassination occurred. Is this AI? So far, no one has refuted this video.
don't know.
Right. Well, this photo, excuse me. And it has been circulating, and there has been no indication that it is false. So this is very concerning. And when the news team there in Utah went to go question the Dairy Queen, it is supposedly now shuttered and no longer there. Clean, gone, everything done. It is very confusing and concerning.
A lot of ice cream places closed after Labor Day.
That's it. This is true. I'll go with that, Fred.
So
but I
maybe
don't know about
that's-
Dairy
that
Queen.
could be.
Maybe Italian icy places. They closed down. We they have to get their money in certain places.
But I could tell. You don't know if it's AI anymore.
You don't know.
And now.
So be open-minded, but
it's
this
su-
is concerning.
It's very suspect if you wait weeks and then all of a sudden, this came up.
Right.
Weeks means somebody had time to alter it.
To maybe
and so
alter
now,
it, right.
I don't believe any of it right now. I believe what happened the first day, what I saw, and what happened. He was assassinated by this kid and by this guy, and that's it. As far as Dairy Queen, I know he was sleeping with a transgender kid, so maybe that's his nickname, Dairy Queen.
I don't know, but that too is very interesting. I personally am still looking at some holes in the story, just because we need to be objective all the time. First, it was said that he did admit to it, but now when you see him before the court, he's pleading not guilty, and he's not cooperating. And now the Utah governor did say that he did not actually commit to saying he did anything.
Well, his father says that he admitted it to him.
Right.
His boyfriend,
Said
his
there was
transgender
texts,
boyfriend
right.
said it. His transgender boyfriend showed texts saying that he was admitting that he did it.
Mm-hmm.
So you ever notice that they don't call him trans or gay? That's the old joke. I'm not gay. My boyfriend is.
Yeah.
He's not. Isn't he a homosexual?
I suppose. The family almost seems like all the mother said was that in the past year, he's gotten more political and defensive of the gay community or trans community in just the past year.
In just the past year, he's
So-
been blowing half the neighborhood.
I mean, how you don't know your son better, that's another thing. So he's a 22-year-old recent graduate, and he's living in an apartment that clearly his parents must be paying for because he's not working, because according to the evidence that they have obtained thus far, he has been gaming for
Well, you gotta
hours.
game.
So he's not working.
He racked up 10,000 hours worth of gaming. And I did the math. Well, I didn't do it. My phone did it. It's roughly 446 straight days.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Now, remember, there's a book called The Tipping Point. It says if you want to get good at something, you have to put in 10,000 hours. The Beatles were great because they performed 12 hours a night, 7 days a week. Once you do something for 10,000 hours, you're great. Maybe he read the book and said, I want to be great at video games. I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But 10,000 hours just happens to be the amount of time you have to put into something to make it to Carnegie Hall.
And by the way, his father's a real man.
I mean, supposedly this
His
is,
father's like, "I'll
deputy
turn you
sheriff, who is very faithful. It's understand their family's very faithful. However,
And then
the
he
grandmother-
resigned.
And then he resigned.
He says, I can't be in the community knowing that my son did one of the most horrific things since Martin Luther King's assassination. So his father's a real man.
But
this guy
there
should
is
be out there.
there was a bounty, 1.1 million
And he
or something
refused
like that. I don't know if he did
He
yet. There
did.
isn't. He
He
did.
says,
Okay.
I can't take that. It's blood
Okay.
money. I can't take it.
That would be
for
great.
turning in my son.
Wow.
But that's a real man.
Right.
I gotta say, we should be really commending him more for what he did.
That's not easy. That's
not easy.
So when this ties up, of course, we keep our eyes and ears open on these situations because, again, this is something that has impacted our nation in a way that we haven't seen in decades, right? With those who speak for peace and civility, the last one, MLK. So for a lot of the Gen X generation, Gen Z generation, this impacted them greatly. And so we just want to make sure that we keep our audiences aware and alert. That's what we do here on the America First podcast. We add a little humor to it, but overall, we want to send you our prayers, our love, grace, God, family, country. Stay tuned for us next week. We will see you again here, Tune In Tuesdays.